So guys, I'm at Woodlawn Memorial Park and Mausoleum Cemetery in Nashville, and this story is a really sad story, and I kind of have to give you a little bit of a warning that there's upsetting details going to be disclosed. It won't be upsetting for everybody, but it will be upsetting for a few. So Dorothy Ann Distlehurst was 6 years old, and when she went missing during her walk home from kindergarten on September 19th, 1934. So she was little. Her walk from school to home was around 3 blocks, so not far at all. Somewhere along that route she was abducted. And I have to say that the family were not notable or rich, and what's sickening is that they started receiving ransom notes. So when the news broke that the little girl was missing, the family received lots and lots of ransom notes from different people, we assume. So they're upset enough as it is, but a lot of these ransom notes, well, all of the ransom notes that were sent to the family were likely to be from opportunists. It's pretty sick, isn't it? I'm looking for her grave as we are, as I'm speaking. So despite extensive searches and appeals, young Dorothy was not found. Ironically, whilst Edgar, Dorothy's father, was in New York to meet up with the author of one of the ransom notes, he then received the news that Dorothy's body had been found. And the author of that note in New York City was also an opportunist. They deserve to go to prison, don't they, for things like that? He was actually charged with extortion, so that's quite good. So yes, unfortunately, on November 13th, the young child's body was found in a shallow grave. She was found under 2 inches of earth, under shrubbery at Davidson's County TB Hospital. Her clothing and belongings were found a few yards from her grave. Her little body showed signs of blunt force trauma, and her face was disfigured. They identified her by her teeth. This is heartbreaking. This is hard to actually speak about, in all honesty, but her story deserves to be told. A week after she was found, so a week later, Dorothy was found. An iron spike was found 25 feet from the gravesite with hair on the spike. That indicated that it was the cause of the blunt force trauma. A week later, fantastic crime scene search, not. Unfortunately, this murder remains unsolved. So young Dorothy's killers were never found. Well, if they can't even find the murder weapon 25 feet from where her body was found, well, then that explains a lot, really. I mean, I guess it was different back then. This was 1934, wasn't it? But even so, it's absolutely ridiculous. Let's have a look round, see if we can find her, Dorothy's grave, and pay our respects. There she is. Dorothy Ann Distlehurst, January 13th, 1928, September 19th, 1934. Bless your little heart. I'm so sorry, Dorothy, this happened to you. So young, for Christ's sakes. And this is her mum and dad. Well, there's Edgar. And Ruby. All together again, guys. Makes me so sad. Rest in peace, Dorothy. And Mum and Dad. Rest in peace, guys. I've just removed some of the debris, the grass debris around them, so you can see that a little bit better. Right next to Dorothy. Beautiful. So I just need to add that that's Arthur Edgar, but he went by the name Edgar. And that is Dorothy's mum, Ruby.
I wish we can mark this like pin it, but I don't know.
And I know that they'll likely be removed when the grass is mown, but I've left Dorothy and her parents a little heart just to say that I've been here and paid my respects to you all. And I just can't believe that it's an unsolved murder, 6 years old.